And as I'm looking, and these people, the despair and the pain. See, the thing is, you're feeling physical pain that's beyond comprehension. It's hard to explain. That's why I keep saying at the same time. Then you're feeling your regret. You're experiencing your regret at the same time. You're experiencing the terror of all of these creatures. You're in a foreign place, like all at the same time. It's not compartmentalized. Like here, we have a lot of stresses and we can compartmentalize the stress, but no, it's all boom, all on one plate, all at the same time. That's the best way I can describe it. I'm looking at these things and the giants are everybody keeps, this tough talk of humans, of our arrogance and pride. And, I'll go to there, I'll beat some demons up. Listen, their strength. First of all, you don't have anything. And one thing I noticed instantly, feel like I was thirsty, like I haven't had anything to drink in months. See, time doesn't exist, you all. Time doesn't exist. That's another thing that smacks you in the face. You know that you're done. This is forever. We can't even imagine eternity right now. If somebody say, imagine forever, you can't imagine forever. That's how, but when you're there, you know forever. Because you are in forever. You are in eternity.
Wow.
And I knew this is forever. See, a lot of times when I lived my old life, when I was in the streets, I used to when I was in jail, I had hope because I had an out date. So there was a form of hope, at least. Like, okay, well, at least I'm getting out on this day. I can try to start over, and not there. There is nothing. And then there's no people that know that you're there. There's no way that you can get a communication to people. You can't say you're sorry to people. You can't all of this at one time is just overwhelming. While you're looking, you can't move. You feel like you're thirsty. You feel like you haven't eaten or drinking anything in months. You're looking at some creatures that are so hideous, and also that smell, mostly 80% of it came from them. They stink. They are the most horrible, ugly, grotesque. Hollywood cannot come close. Some of them look a little similar. I see a couple of them that kind of remind me of especially the little ones. Oh, these little ones, the littler demons are so hateful. They hate you so bad. The hate from I call them the little guys, like gremlins. That's how I know a lot of things that are going on in movies and things. They have to be seeing this because some of them are spot on with how some of these things walk. Some of these things walk the way some of these dances are. Some of these popular dances that the young people are doing these days, that's how some of these demons walk. That's how I know it comes from hell itself. Some of this culture.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, it seems like they're in a perpetual state of decay.
Oh, horrible. It's so deformed. They're very deformed. They're not a lot of the only ones who I've seen that are so almost humanoid were the giant ones, the big ones. They were proportioned right, arms in the right places, legs, but most of them, their arms were highly disfigured. Some of them where they looked like they were doing a moonwalk, like Michael Jackson did when he walked, because their whole torso was backwards. And the way they walked looked like they were gliding. They were so deformed and hideous. Some of them had hair and looked like this reptile. I noticed a lot of the reptile thing though, from a lot of them, from the way they look with the scales and the teeth, the facial structures. A lot of them had a reptilian, reptile, crocodile look. Some of them had a lot of look of animals, bears. A lot of them looked like some kind of bear, gorilla-looking creatures that I encountered. And the insects there. Okay, now as I'm looking up, and I'm terrified. I can't move. I'm trying to move, and I'm looking up. All of a sudden, I can feel behind me. It's like something walked behind me. And you could just know it was massive. It had to be huge because when it grabbed me, the claw or the finger was so thick, like this thick, and it was a claw probably this long on it, and it grabbed me and it just threw me like I was nothing. Like I was just like, I say the strength of these things. Nobody can do anything. All the tough talk don't count there. You can't do it. Wow. I mean, the way it just threw me, it was just like. And now, hindsight, looking back, I know the Lord had to be with me there because a lot of the pain that I think was being taken away from me, I didn't feel the brunt. I knew, now looking back, I was supposed to be hurting a lot worse from the things I experienced when I was there than I really did. I just think the Lord was giving me a spanking, a tour, so to speak, because I'm here right now, obviously, because I knew I was doomed, And that's when I want you to realize, the icing on the cake of all the despair that really got me, beyond all the heat, terror, smells, torture, that really got me, is the fact that I knew I deserved to be there. I had no rebuttal.
That's the most shocking part, that
that was the most.
You knew you deserved to be there. Wow.
I deserved to be there, you know. And even if I was questioned, I wouldn't have a rebuttal. I realized all of my selfishness. I realized, like you realize, so much gut-wrenching details about your personality. Your gut-wrenching details about how selfish and greedy and arrogant and prideful you really are. And that's, I mean, it's to a degree that I can never go back. I can never, ever go backwards. You know, it was, you know, it's just, you know, I just, yeah, it just changes everything when you look at it from the perspective of eternity instead of temporal things. And that's why now I view everything from the perspective, like he said in Colossians, of eternity, not earthly things. Everything is eternal. Everything has a cost. Everything has a price. Every detail, the conversations, just because you forgot, no, it's imprinted on everything. The impact of your words, you know, and we're going to get to that here in a second. But, you know, as I was tossing, I got hit, and it's like I hit a side of a wall, like a stony a wall. But I'm trying to, and as soon as I look up, it was a mountain. And this is like the unusually highest, biggest mountain that I've ever, but this mountain was not a regular mountain. It was a mountain, but on the sides of it were jail cells. These old jail cells, rows and rows of perfectly, like tier after tier, as far as you can look up, of cells. And instantly I knew, I said, these people been here for thousands of years. You instantly knew ancientness. You're talking about ancientness. It's an ancientness about those cells and those people in there. And I instantly knew why they were there. They were there because they were witches, warlocks. They were Baal worshipers, baby sacrificers, psychics, you know, mediums who talk to demonic forces, spell, voodoo, everything that you can even think of. People who worship the elements of the earth, you know, like Wiccan and all of this other elemental worship things. I mean, and I knew these people being here biblical, even maybe before biblical days. The ancientness of these people in there, and the anger. They were the most angry. They were so angry. Some of them even started looking like reptile look, like they've been there so long and they're so angry, and they just so, like, some of them were just so frustrated. And I want to remind everyone, that's why you got to watch your words, because when I was in a spiritual body, the demons had their own language, and when they talk, it hurt. It literally hurt. Every time I heard them speaking to each other, it hurt my body. That's how disgusting and degrading even the language hurts us. That's why they call it curse words. It comes from the pit of hell itself. Do you see? Like, people don't understand. Like, it's a strategy behind all the chaos. It looks chaotic, but hell is highly organized. There's order in that chaos. Definitely is.
Wow.
But like I was saying, these people that have been in there, I mean, everything. And I've known, like, people who, and then who made it worse for these people who were in those cells, they were in there because they not only were sinful themselves, but they made others fall and stumble. See? They were the leaders of these cults or wherever. They were kind of like the leaders or very important people in high places that made so many other people stumble and turn away from true God and start worshiping demons and stuff like that. You know, start worshiping creation, like Romans said, instead of the creator, you know. And, you know,